right? Meow. I think we're recording. Yay. Okay. So you guys, I'm so excited for the Zoom tonight because we have one of our own very special guests on from the team tonight. We do these Zooms every single Sunday from sometimes they're at 9, sometimes they're at 9:30, depending on who we have on and what we have to say. But I'm really excited because we get to interview Angellica. You guys, she has been in the business since June, which is really exciting because it feels like you've been in the business for like a year. It doesn't even feel like just June.
Yeah.
But I wanted her to be able to share her story with you guys because for one, obviously we saw what was shared in the group, right? Like in her first 30 days, you know, she had enrolled 30 plus customers. I don't even remember the exact number because I like
It was like a little, I think it was like 34 or 35. Like it was almost to 40. And I was like, I just kept going. I was just like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
like, it was really
amazing.
insane.
So, and I say this not to say like, oh, if you didn't enroll like 30 plus customers in your first month or any month, you're not doing good. But this is something to show you guys that it doesn't matter whether you are a double diamond in the business, rocking it and killing it, or if you're someone that is brand new stepping into this. And I want you guys to know, I want her to share a little bit of her story and how she got started and stuff like that. And I might ask her a few questions, but I just want to share with you guys, like, it's possible, what's possible and how it's possible. So Angellica, I am going to kind of turn it over to you for a second to let you kind of share your story. But what I want to point out that I think is kind of funny is that you guys, we don't even know how we became Facebook friends. So we like, I don't even remember ever even seeing her on my even seeing her on my news feed, as far as someone that I would, you know, how like been in the business and we're watching as we like add our new friends and stuff like that. It like, I don't even remember that. So she has to be like a total complete random ad that I probably sent out and she accepted it because she's nice and, you know, whatever. And, so anyways, I'm going to have you tell your story, like a little bit about like, you know, before it works and what caught your eye and how you got started with the business. And we'll start there.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Angellica. I know most of you know me now, but I am a stay-at-home mom. I owned my own photography business, which I still do. And then like that was a lot of work. Like people think like, oh, it's just a picture, but like it took up a lot of my time. And like I started the business thinking like, oh, you know, like business, like maybe, you know, I get to stay at home with my kids and take a couple photo shoots, you know, here and there. But it actually ended up being like a lot of my time. And it was just like, it was becoming really stressful. And so I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I was doing that on the side. And then COVID just like hit. And I was like, I didn't get any sessions because of course everybody was scared. And so I was just like, great, like now what am I going to do? Like I wanted to, so like I had money, like my husband has a full-time income, but it was just like, I wanted a little bit, you know, to be help, like for like myself, like it just made me feel good to like bring in a little bit of income here and there. And I'm always wanting to do stuff. So like, I was like, I need to do something. So I did the photography business and obviously like that got shut down. I mean, it didn't get shut down, but like COVID just kind of made it so I couldn't do sessions. So I was like, great, you know, and then I was like looking online and I was like, I never usually get on Facebook. Like I never post, like Kenzie, like she said, like never sees my posts because like I wouldn't post. I was a mom, like I didn't care about Facebook. I did it in high school and then I was just like, whatever. Like I may have posted like once a month. So I wasn't continuously like one of those people that was always on Facebook. Like that was not me. Well, as I said, like, you know, photography didn't work out. So I saw her story and I was like, for the 24-hour deal. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a shot at this. I'm like, this sounds pretty cool. I didn't really look at her post. I didn't know anything about it. I was just like, what is $24? Like, that's super cheap. Like, and you get to make the income. Like, I totally will go for that. And then she told me, she was like, oh, well, you missed the 24 hours. And then she was like, oh, well, it's 48 now. And I was like, okay, well, let's go. Like what, you know, I was asking her all the questions and I was like, okay, well, let's go. And so I hopped right onto it. And I swear I was bugging her every day. Like, I was like, I felt so bad. I just kept asking her, I was like, what can I do to like grow myself in this business? I continued to do everything that she told me. I, you know, never was like, well, that's not going to work. You know, like I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what she says. she's been in this business at six years at the time. And I was like, I'm going to listen to her. Like, I don't know anything about these products. I don't know it works. I've never tried them, had no clue. I was just like, okay, like, let's go for it. Like, health goals, like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. So she helped me with a lot of like what to message, because I was like so clueless. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? I ended up earning my $150 shopping spree by doing my host post every day. I got 10 up a day. And then I earned it in 3 days, you guys, 2 customers a day. That was like my first 3 days in business. Like, and I was just like, are you serious? Like, I was like, okay, I can definitely do this. Like, just following up with people. I was writing names down. I continued to do 10 host posts a day. And one day I even got 20. So I was like feeling really good. I was like, yeah, I got 20 host posts up. So I did that, and like that just made me feel really good. And I really wanted to watch my kids grow. Like, that was a big thing for me, like watching my kids grow, and photography was taking up so much of my time. And I was just like, I really want something to make that's going to make me feel good. Like, photography makes me feel good, but like some of the people that you run into, it's like stressful, and you know, and the editing process and all that good stuff. So like I said, my husband, he was working the factory, and then like I started this business, and I was just like, I just really wanted to grow like in myself and be able to make more income in this business. Like, you can make, like, what is it? People making like $17,000 a month. And I saw that, and I was like, oh my gosh, like somebody that's 22 years old is making $17,000 on this business. I was like, no flipping way. Like, I want that. Like, I've been working on $10,000 per month. I say that affirmation every single day. Like, I have it written everywhere. I'm like, let's go. Like, I've been waiting for something like this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Wesley Virgin Million, or what is it? Wesley Virgin $1 million, or no, he's like the $1 million virgin or something, like Wesley Virgin. They call him the $1 million virgin because he was like, he became a millionaire or whatever. And I just started like listening to his audios and growing myself. And then I found this business, and then it just like, it turned out to be amazing. And, you know, and I also always wanted to help people. So that was like another big thing for me, because like, you're helping people with like losing weight, growing their hair and stuff like that. I thought I wanted to be a nurse, but like, they deal with so much. I just was like, no, like, I need something else. And this was perfect because like so many people have problems growing their hair, losing weight. Like, these, you can sell to anybody. Like, it's not just one group. You're not just selling to women. Like, you know, some people sell the eyelashes or whatever. Like, you're not just selling to a select group. You can sell to anyone. My kids take my super greens, and like, literally, like, it's just great because the products are great. People love them. And you know, you really get to work on helping people, and then work on yourself, like your self-care. And another big thing is like setting realistic goals for yourself. Like, that was a big thing for me, because if you're setting goals that are too far out that you don't believe, you're not going to be able to achieve them. And so that's, you know, definitely something you want to do, is like setting those goals that are realistic to you. So like, maybe like signing 2 customers a day, 2 loyal customers a day, like whatever is believable to you, do that. Don't like go off of other people's goals, because your goals are going to be different as who you are and what you can believe in. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I mean, I could keep going if you want me to keep going. Or
No, you're good. I got a couple questions for you, but I really, really love the fact that you brought up about how like before the business you were listening to the Wesley dude, and you were like trying to grow yourself, and it just so happens that that's a lot of what we do. Like, honestly, like, I don't know, I can't speak for a lot of other companies, but to my knowledge that I do have, is that not a lot of them are like really pushing people to just like grow and like and stuff like that. And so I know that that is a big thing that I've gained in the business, and I love that that's something that you kind of brought with you, but then even saw like, whoa, like, and it was kind of like, yes, I love it, because it makes it that much of a better fit for me, because that's what I'm trying to do too. And so I think that's really exciting. And you guys, also what I want to point out is that Angellica has been excited, like since day one. She's been excited, and we know that is something that attracts other people. So like when you're having a good day, and even if you like sign a customer or you did something that like hypes you up, you just start to have a better day, right? Like your conversations with the potentials that you have go better. You feel more confident, you know, like that excitement just like breeds more excitement and more confidence, and just good things are going to come to you that way just because you're excited. I know that sounds silly, but
Even
like,
like,
and I know,
yeah. Oh,
go ahead.
sorry. Even like when you get one customer, like I will sit there and I will just celebrate. Like I get so excited just to be like, thank you. Oh my gosh, like universe, God, whatever. Like, oh my gosh, like thank you. Like I get so excited and I always just like, get excited, be grateful. You got a customer, like that's so great. Like, and I always say just celebrate. It's not just one customer, they're not just a customer, like you're helping them, it's amazing. Like I don't know if
Yes, absolutely. Taking the time to be grateful for things is going to bring more stuff your way. So that is perfect that you said that. And you guys, April, um, April, April is on here. Yeah, she's right in the middle. That's probably why I said April. But Angelica, even brought up doing those affirmations for herself. She does have like that big goal that she mentioned, but she is talking about having those like realistic day-to-day goals, so that way you can have that, it's like instant gratification, sort of, you know what I mean, to like get you there, because all of those small ones is what's going to get you to that big one. And then her affirmations are that big one, because that's where your long-term goal is too. So it's important to have both, but exactly, you kind of set those things that yourself. And now that I remember, you did say that, like, I'm getting that my goal is 2 customers a day. I remember you saying that. Now I totally forgot about that. I would have wrote that in my notes. But and then what was I going to say after that? Hold on. Oh, so going on to like host a post, and you were like, I just did the things. Like, so I know that you right away, I gave you a post about the giveaway, and that's where you started, right, with gathering your host a post, and then you just moved on from there. So like most of
yeah.
us know, most of us on here anyways have done host a post, so we have an idea of what that is. But can you walk us through, because you didn't have, like you mentioned, you weren't posting consistently, you weren't doing anything regularly at all as far as social media goes, so you didn't have like this amazing network to work with, and all of this interaction flowing on your page already, to where when you posted about the giveaway, all of a sudden it blew up because of that. No, you just posted about the giveaway, and it did, because it was, I believe you posted the towel one, right? Like, what way do you
Yeah,
fold your towel?
it had a lot on it, and I was like worried, like, oh my gosh, no one's gonna comment on it. But definitely like posting like that I started the new business, and then like I just did that, and then people were like, oh yeah, $100, like let's go. And I also randomly messaged people as well, like that definitely helped too, just randomly messaging them like, hey, do you want to be in my host to post? And like a lot of them would say yes. And then I'd have them even post about like a giveaway, and then I got to meet their friends and like start adding them and growing my network. And now I have a bunch of people on my Facebook that I don't even know, like, and they added me back or whatever. And and it makes it easier, and it's awesome when you start growing your network and finding those people that are actually interested in what you're selling. Like you're not just growing to like, which yes, we do send out random friend requests, but also like when you're doing the host to post, they're interested in those products, and when they're interested and they see your post on like the Skinny Brew, say that, and you add them, and then they're seeing, oh, Skinny Brew, Skinny Brew, Skinny Brew. I've had so many people that watch my like story of me making my Skinny Brew in the morning, they're like, hey, what is that? And it's cool, and I've gotten a few customers that way. So definitely, if you have any of the products, like that definitely helps when people are like looking at that. They love to see you. Like I'm people think I'm such an outgoing person or whatever, but I'm actually like shy. I just work on it every day, and I'm just gonna go for it. And I've been growing and working on myself every day to just like be like, okay, we're good. Like, just growing and definitely being used to talking to
Yes.
people. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So most of your customers, and you've been consistently, like, you didn't just enroll 30 customers and then like nothing since. No, you've been
Right.
consistently enrolling. You've grown your team, even, you guys. Like, this girl is almost fully charted for Emerald, which is amazing. And she hit executive last month. That's amazing. And so, okay, so what I was going to touch on too is your when for your enrollment. So most of them are coming from host to post then.
Yes, like most of my customers are people that I've never talked to. I had a couple like girls from West Virginia that I sold to. Another girl, where was she at? Can't remember. She was in a different state. But anyways, I was just
Hmm.
like, it was just so random. It was crazy. I think it was like
Yeah.
Utah or something. Like it was something crazy like that. And I was like, this is so cool to be able to sell to people like across states and, just by growing my network. And I had the girl from West Virginia host a post for me, and then I got even more people from like her host posting for me for West Virginia. So that was really cool. So it's just like
Yeah, your network
spreading,
grows.
like, yes, because we can sell to anybody. Like, we have so many options, like even different countries and things like that. So it's definitely cool that we can do that and gives us a lot of opportunities, as a
Yes.
company.
So what you would recommend to somebody that's new is if they're going to do the same thing that you just did, which was posting about the giveaway, and then commenting on there and having people post what host of post were you using mostly?
I mostly did the TFX. I really liked that one, and that got a lot of hits. Lately, I've been working on more of the Skinny Brew, but as well as, like, what's the other one that I really like doing? I think it was mostly the Skinny Brew and the TFX is mostly what I like to talk about. So, like, I would mostly focus on one thing and get really good at it, and then it just makes it easy to, like, message people about it. And then that's what I did because, like, I knew nothing about the product. So, like, I would just focus on one thing, go on your website, read about the product, so like the things about it. So like when they ask questions, and ask your upline, they definitely will help you and give you the right information so you're not like, saying the wrong things. So I definitely did that a lot. I would send Kenzie screenshots until I got the hang of it, and then I would just not need her anymore, and that is definitely what I did. And if you like feel uncomfortable about messaging them, that's why we're here. We're here to help you. Like, it's not like you're not bothering us. Like, we enjoy helping you grow because it makes us feel good because you're growing. And so I definitely, knowing that, a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm going to bother them or whatever. It's not like that at all. You're not bothering, you know? And I even said that to Kenzie. I'm like, I am so bothering you. And then it got to a bit, I was like, okay, wait, she's okay with this. Like, this is okay, you know? So,
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I always try to tell people, I'm like, we want you guys to blow up our phones because that's exactly how Amanda says I said that too. Um,
oh, yeah.
you know, because we want you guys to do that. And as when you're new and as you're signing your own team members and distributors, you're going to realize that sending or them, you're going to notice the ones who are really like on it are the ones that are in your inbox, that are asking you questions because they're showing you the conversations that they're having, and they're like, help, how do I do this? And so, and as a leader, that's what gets you excited too, is knowing that your team is coming in and they are excited and they are working and they are in conversations and they're working their businesses and they're helping people too. And so that just gets everybody hyped. That gets everybody hyped. So for posting about the giveaway, you started out with TFX host a post, and then you guys, there's like different scripts and outlines in there, and we can
In the
share with you
unit,
guys
yeah.
what she used. But basically, I mean, I've even shared what I shared with Angellica as far as all of those. I have posted in the team page, so they are already in there. If you guys need help figuring out where those are, if you're interested in knowing exactly what she was doing as far as the TFX, that is in the team page. And then also, what do you, I'm trying to think of one more thing I wanted to have you talk about before oh, what if did you ever have anybody's host a post not have any comments on it?
Yeah, that actually happens a lot. Like, I'll get some that just like blow up, and then I'll like have so many comments, but I'll only get like 3 customers out of it. So, like, that's why getting so many up and reaching a bigger network is like so important, because you may have 20 comments, but only 3 of them are actually going to order. And definitely following up is another important thing. And also, I want to mention, like, when you're starting out, like, if you get your Connect app, go to those training videos. Like, I did that right away, and that really, really helped me. Like, and like, trying to grow yourself every day. I now have time to like read books and stuff, which never was a thing, until I started this business. And like, now I read books, and like, I'm feeling better about myself. And like, I just feel overall great. Even the products, taking the products now, like my skin is better. I take the hair, skin, and nails. Like I was just telling my husband this morning, I'm like, dude, I have nose zits. Like I may have had like 1 or 2 for my period, but I was like, I have nose zits. And I was like, this is so great, you know? And I'm definitely thankful for all the products. Like they make me feel so good. And now my husband takes them and he loves them too. And like we just feel overall great and full of energy. And I had people like on my lives like asking me, give me some of your energy. And I'm just like, I even quit smoking cigarettes because of this business. I know that sounds gross, but like it was amazing. My mental health has been growing like from helping people, and like it definitely, this business has been so much more for me than just a paycheck. Like, you know, I don't even talk about the money because it's just like there's so much more, you know, like that, you know, you don't realize when you start. But you're definitely gonna, you know, once you get going and you start getting those customers and feeling good about yourself and sticking with the team, and our team is amazing. Like they're all like so supportive, and like we're always there for each other. Like when anybody has a bad day and they're feeling like, oh, you know, a little down, like we're always trying to lift each other up. Like, hey girl, you got this, you know, like, and then, you know, it makes you feel better because you're like, dang, okay, like it makes you second think that, you know, and it helps you believe in more. So, and helps you get your goals, you know. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I had so
I
many
thought of a
notes.
couple things. I thought of a couple things when you were talking. So one of them is, hold on. I forgot that you said that you had quit smoking. That is amazing. And so when you guys, I want you to hear this too, because some people are, and it could have been you yourself, are like, I don't know how I'm going to do this because I've never tried a product before. Or if you're brand new and you're popping in and you're like, I've never tried a product before. And so you kind of sometimes feel a little bit hesitant, maybe when you're posting about the products or when you're in conversations about the products. But guys, we have products. I've been in this for 7 years. Okay. We have products that I don't use. I just don't use, not for any particular reason, like specific reason, like, oh, I'm not trying that. But like, there's products that I don't use on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Or that I don't have a full on testimony with. Now, granted, I have tried, I don't even know if there is a product that we have that I haven't tried. Because now that we have a ton, I don't even know. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure, or no, I'm sorry. TFX is a product that I have not tried because I literally wouldn't be able to, because I have the opposite problem. I have trouble keeping weight on rather than keeping weight off. And so that's the only reason why I haven't tried TFX. And you guys, that's what I love using for TFX too. This is a good point actually too, because I don't use that product. And it's not that I don't use it for like a health reason, but it's because like I'm on the opposite end of it. What do I sell the most of? Probably would be the TFX. So you don't have to worry about you specifically having all these crazy testimonies. Granted, do we need to be a product of the product? Absolutely. Because like Angellica was saying, once she did start to get the product, she was making the skinny brew, like making it in her story. And people are asking her, what is that? She's using the hair, skin, and nails. She's having great results with that. And so us sharing our personal testimony with something is important. And that is honestly I couldn't even imagine if I did have TFX and I was getting, using it and getting great results on it, how much more of it I would actually be selling. Like, holy cow. Like it would be insane. So, but anyways, so that was a little squirrel moment I thought of.
Yeah.
So just
what? Oh, sorry.
no, go
So I
ahead. I
wanted to
want
add
you
to
to
that.
share
So
a little bit on how you felt about that in the beginning. I know Host to Post kind of like came in and like exploded that for you, but also like, you just, I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit when you
yeah.
were like,
So
go to
my
the
thing
thing and
is,
learn
if
about
they don't ask, don't tell. I would sit there and pretend like I knew about the products and I love them and stuff like that. But like if they asked me like, are you taking this or something like that, I would just be honest. But like don't be like, I'm not taking this. So,
it. Yeah.
if they don't ask, don't tell. Like that's my biggest thing. If they don't ask, don't tell. And with business, you gotta act like you already know what you're doing. Like you may not know what you're doing. You know that saying like fake it till you make it? Like that is exactly what I did. And I just like blew up and like people ordered, like I told you, like 6 customers in 3 days. Like, it was crazy. And I was like thinking, wow, like, like I did this.
Yeah. A
And
lot
I
of
also
what you
want
did, I
oh,
think, a lot of what
yeah,
you did, I think, is important to wrap around it is just that excitement. You borrowed my faith and my confidence in the product, and then you were excited, and then you just wrapped that excitement
yep,
around your conversations. And that is also what people have, because I do have people ask me if I've used a TFX, and that's exactly what I say to them. I say to them exactly what I'm saying to you right now, because if I did need to use something or did need to lose weight or was on a weight loss journey, you bet your butt I would be on that
yeah,
TFX. Like, I would be,
yeah.
yes, that would
It
be
is
on my auto
amazing.
shipment
Yeah.
every single month. So, so just know that you can do it, without having this incredible testimony on all of our products. However, as soon as you can get your hands on the products, aka earn your shopping spree, do that. Go cash in on that for yourself and start building your testimony, because like she has already mentioned, that is also how she raked in some customers, as well as by her being up in her stories and showing herself using the product. You guys, I signed a 72 BV order earlier today. And it would be over 72 had we not had the pick 2 pick 3, but I am thankful for the pick 2 pick 3 deals. And so but anyways, I signed that today, and she didn't even realize. She was like, oh, I sent everybody a screenshot of their order confirmation, and she was like, oh, she was like, I had no idea that it was It Works. She was like, to be honest, she was like, I tried it like 7 or like 10 years ago. I tried a wrap, and I didn't get the results that I wanted. And I'm glad that I didn't know it was It Works, because I probably would have judged it before I tried it. But I'm so excited to get started. Like, I'm glad I had this conversation with you about she didn't even order the wraps. She ordered some other stuff. And she was like, I'm so glad I didn't like prejudge. And she was like, I'm so excited to try it or whatever. So it's like, shit, I don't remember I didn't mean to cuss. I don't remember where I was going with that. I don't remember, but basically, like, talking about like when people are using the products, they don't know. Just because I've been doing this for 7 years, I have no idea how long this girl has been on my Facebook. I know I talked to her about the products 2 years ago. I think I talked to her about keto coffee originally. And so it's like, I've talked to her about keto coffee. She's obviously been on my Facebook for at least 2 years. In my mind, right, I think everybody knows I am with It Works. When they see me talk about products, they know It Works. No, they don't. This girl just came and ordered over $100 worth of products, not knowing it was from It Works.
Yeah. I had a
So
girl that same thing. Like, she was like, tried the wraps a long time ago. This was the girl in West Virginia, and then she ordered the TFX and the Skinny Brew, and yeah, she's super excited. So, and she finally got her product. So I'm like, you try and explain to them, like, like, you may have tried it before, and then like also like their diet could be off too. So it's not
mhm.
like people try and blame it on the products, but they're not doing the work too. So it's like, I've had
Yeah,
people like that too.
it was just interesting, because it's, you know, because some people, they just, seeing you make it, obviously, like, when we post a before and after, a corporate approved before and after, like whether it's in our stories or it's on our Facebook, they'll see, the little It Works thing or whatever, so they know It Works. But when they're watching, I mean, guys, I hope what I'm saying isn't like trying to be like where we try to hide that we're from It Works. No, like, I am loud and proud about It Works. Okay. But I just mean, though, like, when you are using things and making things and talking about your results, it increases that curiosity and pulls them in. So whether they don't need to know like the name of it in order for them to be interested. You know what I'm saying? They don't see, oh, It Works product, okay, I'm interested. No, they see you making something, they see you using something, they see you sharing your results with something, and that's what intrigues them and brings them in. And so that's basically where I was going with that. And Jen, I know you just said something in the chat. I don't want to miss it. I want to see what you said. Jen says, I have people like that, and I just say, oh man, they've updated them lately and I love this. Just chat with them and share their excitement, and they're usually willing to try. Exactly. Wrapping that excitement around it, you guys. And then the other thing I wanted you to touch on is the follow-up, because I know that we've talked about this a lot too. And you were on your follow-up game. Like if someone like went cricket on you, you followed up with them, and you like, what is
Absolutely.
your tips for
Absolutely.
follow-up?
My what? What was that? What was that last thing?
Like, what are your tips for follow-up? Like, what did you do to follow up with someone who like stopped saying something in the conversation?
Okay, so I would send them 2 follow-ups, like, hey, I was like placing a few orders, wondering if you could, or if I could help you. And then if they didn't read that, or if they read the message and didn't reply, I would send a message like, hey, did you get my last message? And then like my next message would be, did I say something wrong or say something to upset you? And usually that gets them to like, you know, I don't know who that was, but that gets them to reply back to you because they're like, oh, she thinks that she upset me. And then then we'll just start talking, and then they end up ordering. And I had this girl, I was like, oh my gosh, she's not going to order. Like I've been following up with her for like the whole week. Like I was like, oh my gosh. And she ended up ordering. Like it took me 2 weeks, like literally like bugging her. And she's like, but she just kept like saying like, oh, I'm busy with the kids, you know? And then I was just like, okay. And then I was like, whatever, she's not going to order. And then I left her alone for a little bit. And then she like messaged me one day out of the blue, and she's like, okay, I'm ready to order. And I was like, okay. Like, just like some people just want to talk and make sure you're not just trying to sell them a product, you know? Like that's the biggest
Mhm.
thing with follow-up. Like they want to make sure you're not just trying to sell them a product, you're actually wanting to help them. You're wanting to actually hear the results, and you're excited for the results. And I always tell them like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for your results and everything like that. And I do have another tip, but that I want to highlight on as well, if that's okay. So
Yeah, you're good.
I wrote it on here. I was like, so like when you're looking at other people's success, like you see me, like I got, 30 customers in my first month. Like, I always say like, don't start feeling bad if you didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look at other people's pages and just be like, well, I didn't get that, and start feeling bad, because like you need to focus on your own goals. Like when you're focusing on other people and not focusing on yourself, you might miss the opportunity to achieve that goal. So like I always love the saying like, worry about yourself, like you ever hear that in school where they're like, worry about yourself. Like, so like I always say like, just focus on your own goals. Like don't worry what, okay, so they just got to order, like, okay, like I'm not looking at that. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to worry on my own goals. Like, I have my own goals, and, they might have more, and so and that's why I say, because you're going to be able to focus on yourself and achieve your own goals, because you're focused. You're focused on this goal, and you're going for it, and that's what matters. And you're not worried about what they got going on. You got over here, and you just focus on that and focus on your own goals, because they're believable to you and they're important to you. So that's what I say. Just don't be focusing on other people, and just really focus on yourself and, work on yourself. And that's why we always have self-development every day, because, we need to work on ourselves just as human beings. We all have flaws. We all have self-beliefs and self-doubts and things that we need to get rid of. And you know what? Once you work on that, like you're good to go. Like nobody can pass you after that, So it's definitely a
Exactly.
big thing. Yeah.
I love that. It's like you don't look left, you don't look right, you just look where you're going, because
Just
you are
go.
going that way. Like,
And you run. You just run.
you
So
know, I didn't go to conference, but when listening in on it, Jade Hooper, some of you guys all might be familiar with Jade Hooper. She said something, and she was talking about how you should be running, like you should be running and so focused at where you're going that you don't hear anything to the left or the right. All you hear is the wind. Like you just hear the wind
yeah.
because you're focused on where you're going. And that made me think of that when you were talking about that, because that
Yeah,
was really
because
good.
our
So
heads, they try to like put these little ego things in our heads, like, oh, you can't do this. No, no, this isn't happening for you. Like, you can't do this. But like, that's why it's like, nope, I'm not listening to you. Like, I am me. I am in control. I am aware. I am present. I'm going for it. Like, so
yes, you're gonna end up doing a self-development affirmation limiting belief, law of attraction Zoom with me eventually. So,
Oh yes,
um,
I would love that.
so thank you so much for that, Angelica. You guys stay on. We're not done because I'm going to share some month end tips with you guys, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for sharing all of that with us tonight. I know it was so helpful. And even if nothing else, just inspiring to be able to hear somebody else that's just out there doing the dang thing and who's excited and who's getting results and is just excited to share about that. And so we're so proud of you and so happy that you're on the team with us and cannot wait until you go ruby, emerald, diamond, and above, because that's happening. Because you're getting that $10,000 a month income. And we just really appreciate you and so happy for you. So thank you, love.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad you guys were on and were able to listen to me. And I just appreciate you guys so much. Like, you guys make my day every day. Like, just, and seeing you guys all be successful just makes me like want to be successful. So like, I love definitely being on this team and having you guys here. And thank you for like getting on and listening to my story. And I hope it helps.
Yes, we're all our each other's hype girls and all of that. So, oh, why is my dog barking? I don't know. Okay, they stopped. So, but anyways, you guys, it's the end of the month. So before we hopped off, I wanted to give a couple reminders for us. So we have pick two, pick three for our customers ends tonight. And we have pick two, pick three for distributors ends tonight also. So, and we have the corporate call at 10. So maybe they'll extend something, who knows. But he did say that they were going to announce something to like help us boost the month or whatever. Or I'm sorry, end the month strong or whatever, how he usually does. So check your stuff, like make sure you have your own auto shipments done. I'm going to stop the recording because we don't need to